Two friends from Iowa finding out what's beyond the living after death. C&R isn't just about the paranormal. It's about bringing the community together by sharing their experience, evidence, and the fun moments during a paranormal investigation, so that you, the community, can be a part of our journey. Welcome to C&R Paranormal Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of C&R Paranormal Podcast. Your host, Chris.
And Ryne.
And we have Jody, our investigator, tonight.
Hello.
How you doing, Jody?
Good. How's everybody else doing tonight?
Good.
Doing good. Not too bad.
So our topic tonight is serial killers and their claimed haunted objects. But before we get started, we have a question for Jody. A couple of weekends ago, we were at the expo. What was your experience during the whole day?
Oh, it was fun meeting so many new people, and of course, names that are famous in the paranormal world. Getting a chance to meet all of them people, and finally putting like faces to names like close up. So it was really cool. I enjoyed like shopping. That was I spent more money than I should have, and then of course we got the chance to see the Devils on the Run, the museum they had set up, which was extremely interesting. I could say that I was excited before going in, and then once I stepped in, I think Wade described it the best way. He said it's like a weird vibration. The vibration changes, and it's about the only way I could. It made sense when he said it, but it's about the only way you could really put words to it. So, but I had a great time. It was exciting. Very exciting.
What did you think of when you saw all the artifacts?
You don't get something you can't put words to. I mean, it's like iconic in the best terms of words, because these are things you, if you're ever part of the paranormal world, you hear about Ed and Lorraine all the time. Anybody who's anybody in the paranormal world, even if you just have a brush with it, know those names. And to be kind of standing face to face, basically, with those artifacts it's iconic. There's no other word for it.
Surreal.
It is. And learning a little bit more about the stories behind it, because the expert team was great about if you had any questions, answering any questions and giving you some more background if you wanted it. So it was, drug my feet on getting the ticket, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah, we were excited when you guys got your ticket to see.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole Nesper team, they were pretty cool. That and Ryan Buell.
Very nice team. Very nice team.
Didn't you geek out when you saw Ryan?
Yes, we're not gonna talk about it. The photo, you can tell I'm fangirling. It happened. Used to watch him way back on the day when he was in paranormal state. Watched all the episodes. So, yes, I tried not to geek out, but I did.
What'd you think of like when you saw like all these different people coming to our table? And
excited. I've always said, ever since I joined the team, one of these days, let's just keep pushing. We'll get famous, and we'll just make this our job. So
I wish.
It's neat to know. That was probably the first time I've ever done anything where you network like that.
Mm-hmm.
And doing it in this sense with the paranormal attached to it was really cool. It's just so many different people.
And like, do you know how many like visitors were there?
I know it was over 2,000.
2,300?
I think so. It was in that realm. I know it was over 20,000. It went over as 2,000. It was either, I thought somebody said 2,300, then I thought somebody else said like 2,500 possibly. So.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool event.
Very impressive. Yeah, very impressive turnout.
So, I think we can get into, so I want to start off. So the reason why, hey Mark, how you doing? I mentioned this to Chris last minute, but I was like, I was thinking of topics. He wanted me to think of topics, and I was like, what about serial killers and their claimed haunted claimed haunted objects? And so, because that Ed Gein show on Netflix came out, and I was like, I think it would be kind of cool. So, our first serial killer is the Butcher of Plainfield, Ed Gein. I figured I could start out with him. So, if anybody doesn't know who Ed Gein is, he was a serial killer that did a lot of bad things, grave robbed bodies, wore skin, made like household items from human skin. He was born in 1906 to George and Augusta Gein, and had a brother named Henry Gein. When Ed Gein was young, he attended school, but his mother punished him for trying to make friends. He grew up in a strict and religious household. In 1940, his dad passed away of heart failure. 4 years later, his brother died, and then his 4 years later, his brother died, and when they investigated that, it was they ruled out foul play at the time, but Ed Gein never admitted to being involved with his death. And then soon after his brother's death, his mother passed away from a second stroke in 1945. So the dad died in 1940. 4 years later, his brother died, and then 1945. Oh God!
Can I just say, when you were saying the whole wearing this mask skin thing,
I was wondering what popped up.
this is how I think
That's awesome.
one of the best shows out there. But I couldn't stop laughing.
Sure.
Just yesterday.
You should keep that up for a second until that's awesome. Gein's first arrest was made in 1957 when the police were investigating the disappearance of Bernice Warden, a hardware store owner. Investigators found blood and receipts purchased leading to his house, and that's where they found, and it's graphic, but they found Bernice's body in that shed dangling with her head off. One of the artifacts, or claimed haunted object, is Ed Gein's cauldron. That is located in Zach's Museum in Las Vegas. But it was used to boil human remains and said to be cursed or haunted. It is reported that the object has the spirit of the victims attached to it. People who encountered the cauldron report negative energy and negative experiences. What's your guys' thoughts on Ed Gein?
Well, as far as the haunted object,
Or throughout, Ed Gein or the haunted object?
I haven't seen the show, so I mean, but as far as the haunted object goes, to me, it sounds like something would be, I don't know. How do you know the difference between cursed and haunted? I mean, because to me, it sounds like when they talk about energy your energy goes somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that would strike me as something that's haunted if they're talking about these victims being attached to that cauldron.
Mm-hmm.
More haunted than cursed is my guess, but I've never seen it or been around it, so. But I mean, even if something's haunted, you're probably, I mean, that's got to be a lot of negative energy attached to it just being the victims.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't personally think about him at all. Thank you.
I mean, I didn't. That'd be weird.
I mean, isn't he basically what they took Psycho off of from, or
Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, and there was another one.
There's another one, yeah.
Dude, it was creepy. I watched the show.
All of these are just prime examples of people with mental health that did not seek the help they need.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, they had to do all this, but
and I know the show didn't really show like the true like.
They took artistic liabilities with it, or what do you call artistic?
It took.
Was it liberties as well? Yeah, artistic liberties with it.
And it
more dramatic.
And it didn't show. I mean, I think some of it they showed the true but not all the way. I mean, it was still. I don't know whether to call it good, but I know to call it creepy.
Yeah, I couldn't even get through the Dahmer one with Evan Peters in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know if I'm going to attempt the Ed Gein one. So
the next one, I think next one is Lizzie Borden.
Yeah.
And the actor who played Ed Gein is going to be, I think he's playing Lizzie Borden's husband.
Is he married?
I think so. Or
no,
father.
You mean father, maybe?
It might be.
I don't think she was married. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too.
She wasn't. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't married. I have my Google Translator back here. She was not.
Your Google Translator?
Yeah. My backup. She wasn't married. So he must be playing her husband, possibly then.
Probably.
Or not husband. I am sorry. Her dad.
And then the next serial killer is Charles Manson, the cult leader. He was born in 1934. One of the most notorious cult leading criminals, or whatever you call that.
Criminals.
In American history. Thanks, Chris. Much of his life was spent taking hallucinogenic drugs and committing crimes. He dreamt his dream career was to be a musician, and I read that he was, I don't know if he was friends with or he was just being creepy with, I guess, one of the Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson. I think it's Dennis Wilson. One of the two.
Brian. It was Dennis. Okay, yeah.
Dennis. Dennis.
Google backs up the Dennis.
Google backs up the Dennis. Google backs up the Dennis.
Google backs up the Dennis.
Yeah, so if you need your teeth pulled, no. Manson formed the Manson family with over 100 people, and that was with like free love hippies, who followed his orders of murders, like the Tate and LaBlanca murders, wherein his followers killed Sharon Tate, among others. And Manson was what did Cheyenne say? Actor.
Yeah, which actor, Cheyenne? Which movie or show you're talking about?
Oh, she's talking about the Ed Gein.
Oh, the Ed Gein one? Oh, Charlie. Are you talking about Charlie Hunnam?
So he spent like from what I hear, he spent like days or something, or he spent a couple hours at his grave for the role, and then once it was done filming, he went back and said his goodbyes. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Sorry. And then Manson was known for his charisma, and he talked endlessly. He knew how to play people. He knew how to set them up. Can you imagine, like, some guy or gal trying to brainwash you?
I don't know. They say a lot of these cult leaders are charismatic.
That's probably the word I was trying to say.
Is this the one that they had the Nike shoes in the room on bunk beds?
No, this is not.
Okay.
Nike shoes and bunk beds.
That's Heaven's Gate.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Come on.
Charles Manson. He's the one that was the. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
Charles Manson. He's the one that.
They lived on ranches.
What's that ranch? He has a ranch.
Spawn Ranch and
Spawn Ranch. Yes, Spawn Ranch. The movie set. I should have added what's his face, Jim Jones. Now that I thought about it.
That's what I said. I'm always like these. They talk about these guys, these cult leaders being so charismatic, and it maybe because it's at this point in our lives, we know what they were about for real. My mind in that headspace of how could I be so lost in my life that one of these guys could suck me in like that to do some of the things these guys had you doing.
Like, I guess so. The family are believed to have murdered 35 people.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that many, but
and then Manson was sentenced to the death penalty in March 29th of 1971, along with 3 other members. Manson was imprisoned until his death at the age of 1983 in the late in late 2017. But I guess he was. I don't know if he was. He was being creepy in the prison too, I guess.
He's a creepy guy.
Well, I know.
Everybody knows prisons are creepy.
Prisoners are creepy. Oh, definitely. But there's a sorry. There's a haunted object with Manson. And again, it's at Zach's museum.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, who would have thought? Manson's television set. TV. It's reported that Charles's dark energy runs through it somehow, and the later owner said unexplained things started happening after he brought the TV to his bedroom, including his mother dying.
Well, I'm not saying haunted or not, or cursed or
Yeah.
not, just because
It's reported, so I mean,
underlying health issues,
yeah.
just
So, I mean,
coincidence. I mean, it's not me to say whether it's haunted or cursed or not. I've never seen the object, obviously, myself, but I mean.
But yeah, I can't imagine being around that era, that golden age of Hollywood. And I'm sure, I mean, all those drugs people were taking back in the day. Oh.
So if you're here live, you can see this is Zach Bagans, kind of like some of these people have objects in there.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the cell in the back has stuff in it. And then it's like a real cell. And then in all these cases to the right, left, there's stuff in there. And then in the bottom right, there's stuff in the case there. So this is at the Zach Bagans Museum in Vegas. It's pretty cool actually go in there. There's all these haunted artifacts and all that.
And me and Chris saw that in person. It was creepy. And like, and that had like John Wayne Gacy's clown costume or clown outfit, Ted Bundy stuff. That he has some of Charles Manson's ashes, I believe, and teeth fragments of Charles Manson, and like a couple, what is it, portraits or drawings or whatever. And so, I mean, you got.
It was all happy in the background.
You hear that? Someone just keeps 2 minutes ago we had a squirrel going nuts out here. So I mean,
so this next one, I don't see. I guess it's a toss between either or of him being a serial killer. I can't talk. Serial killer or not, because
Charles Manson?
No, this is a different one.
Okay.
But I think Canada allows it. But this guy, his name is Jack Kevorkian.
Assisted suicide is what they call it.
Yeah, assisted suicides. But I wanted to throw words. Words are hard, especially with me.
You said it, nobody else, so you have to
Yeah.
say it.
But I didn't know whether I just thought about him and not in that like just it was for this I thought about him. But because I felt like maybe we could talk about him.
It's a hard line. Like, I mean,
Yeah. There's like a
he's not. I mean, it's not like he's I guess it depends on who you look at. I guess like technically killing them. They've been. I mean, they've asked.
Mhm.
He's not doing without their permission. He's just helping them accomplish what they're asking.
But
But I mean,
go ahead.
suicide's not, something I advocate for, but
No.
then you got to put yourself in the position most of these people are asking because they're just in like constant pain or whatever's going on medically. They can't resolve it any other way, and they're just tired and done with it.
Mhm.
I mean, it's a fine. I mean, I don't agree with what he did, but I mean, I've not been in that situation. I've not been a family member that's been set into that situation
Mhm.
to say yay or nay on that one.
Um
I suppose it really hardcore belief is what your beliefs are, I guess.
but he was born in 1928. Oh, I thought for a second there I'm reading my own handwriting, which is really awesome, by the way. And
Noted.
I thought for a second that I thought I wrote down that he was born in 1928, but then the town screwed me up because it says Pontiac, and that's a car. So I thought I wrote he was born in a car.
Oh, Ryne.
But okay, moving on. So he was born in 1928. He was born in 1928. Words are they are. Oh no, she already said that.
I know, just putting that back up for you.
Oh, like Cheryl said it again. No, but Jack Kevorkian was born in 1928 in Pontiac, Michigan. He grew up in a Armenian. Jesus Christ! He grew up in an Armenian immigrant family and taught himself multiple languages. He went to the University of Michigan medical school in 1952. He distanced himself from the medical mainstream and advocated for establishing suicide clinics. He gained attention in 1990 when he enabled Janet Atkins to kill herself using his it's a hard word. Mercatron machine. Marcinistron. Whatever word that is.
Yep.
Machine. His actions led to a felony bill in Michigan. Sorry, my words are hard. Like Cheryl says. He assisted at least 130 patients between 1990 and 1998. What's your guys' thoughts on him and the whole assisted suicides?
Just the way he did it in a van, like, what did he do with the bodies, afterwards?
Yeah, that's a good question.
130 bodies you would have to deal with, and you can't just drop it off and say they died in the van. It's suspicious.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean,
Now that you say that,
he got away with it for a long time before everybody caught on.
was that what? From what? I don't know. That's.
What did you do with the bodies?
I mean,
8 years of doing it.
I mean, I know it's kind of like it's a touchy subject, but I mean,
the bodies themselves and come here.
what would with assisted suicides?
Okay, hang on a second here, Ryan. Hang on. We were talking about bodies, and it says he would often transport the bodies himself and controversial leave them at a hospital emergency rooms in vans or other locations to draw public attention to the cause of assistant dying. In addition, he advocated for medical experiments and organ harvesting using the bodies of the deceased, including his assistant suicide patients.
Oof.
So literally he would basically drop them off at emergency rooms and stuff, but not necessarily in the emergency room itself, but
just drop them off in the area, say
like
they
a van or for somebody to find.
I watched that movie with Al Pacino in it. That was Al Pacino played Kevorkian. And it was an interesting but weird movie.
Yeah, I just think it's like you said, a touchy subject and a hard call. Unless you're in that position as like either the patient or the loved one of patient who's going through whatever brought these people to that point.
And I mean, I'm not like I'm on the fence of like, because it's like, I mean, to me, I mean, we put pets down, if they have like, but if somebody's,
and it's humanely as he possibly could.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you almost kind of push yourself over that line to where it's like, well, why can't humans do the same thing without it being such a huge deal?
Mhm.
I mean, I can't say if I was in astronomical pain that the doctors couldn't do anything, that had been this way for, I don't know, months, maybe even years. Part of me would say, no, I have people to live for still. But the other part of you is like, my body cannot take any more of this.
Mhm.
And if these are my options, I mean, who's just, like I said, it's really hard to find a line to put yourself into unless you're like right there and
like you should have your a say of yourself.
Yeah, you should have a choice. It's your body. I'm a woman in these day and ages. I'm very much my body, my choice. And that should be that way for anybody, really.
Mhm.
I'm not here to tell you what you can and cannot do with your own body.
I think Canada supports the assisted suicide thing. I think I heard it. I don't know. But the haunted object again, and Chris, if you want to pull it up, if you want, or I can.
It's called MAID, medical assistance.
The
eligibility for MAID for persons suffering solely from mental illness. Oh, it's been delayed.
Delayed?
It's called MAID. It's a process that allows someone who is found eligible to be able to receive assistance from medical.
We're looking things up.
Yeah. Yeah, we were looking to see what Canada. It's been delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, so
it says a medical assistance in dying, or in parentheses it says MAID, MAID, is a process that allows someone who is found eligible to be able to receive assistance from a medical practitioner in ending their life. Eligibility for MAID for persons suffering solely from mental illnesses has been delayed until March 17th, 2027.
So it's on the fence, it sounds like.
No, well, it is if it's to do with mental illness. You have to qualify. It looks like you have to qualify, but if you're mentally ill, that's a whole nother ball of wax. That's if you're only mental. If it only has to do with only mental illness of some kind, then they haven't.
You must.
Oh, so you must meet all the following criteria to be eligible for health services funded by a province or territory or the federal government. You must also be eligible before you meet province or territory's minimum period of residency or waiting period. Have be at least 18 years of old and mentally competent. Have a grievous or irremediable medical condition. Make a voluntary request for medical assistance in dying, and then give informed consent to receive medical assistance in dying. So, but if you're a visitor to Canada, no go. You don't. You have to be a resident of that area. Yeah.
So, excuse me. So the haunted object, and again, it's in Zach's museum. But his van is actually in the museum. And what makes it haunted is it's the victims are reportedly, attached to this.
And this is how it was set up back when he was doing this.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a recreation of it.
Okay, so
my
question would be this. They are asking for help to commit suicide. So does that really make them victims? I mean, and then that's another, I suppose that's another sticky thing. But to me, I mean, of course, it could always be debatable what the victims wanted. But if these people seriously were asking to end their lives and he helped them along, why would they stick around? I mean, legitimately, if this is what was going on, why would they stick around? This is what they wanted.
I guess
does that make any sense?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But
I mean, I don't make the call whether you stick around or why or how, but personally, it makes sense to me that if this is what you wanted, what unfinished business, or why would you have any reason to be sticking around?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's because it's their last place, that they were.
To me, it just seems like they would have moved on if this is what they legitimately wanted. They were living, and it was a legitimate thing that these souls would have crossed to wherever they were going to go.
Yeah.
Again, I guess it depends on your beliefs as well.
And I mean, seeing the van in person, it was weird, but because you knew that people died in there, or they
passed away, died.
But to me personally, I think if you have to put down a pet because you don't want them to suffer, why can't you do it for humans? But that's just me.
Well, I mean, I think Canada's kind of got it right. I think Canada has it kind of right. If you step in an eligibility requirements, and these are, I mean, they're set in stone. This is the way it has to be. Then, at least it's showing.
Yeah.
Have somebody medically, not just some whack off the street doing whatever they do.
And sorry for people with headphones and everything.
Mute. We're going to move on to John Wayne Gacy now. I'll get this one going.
The dog that one.
Okay, John was born March 17th, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois. He was the second of three children in a working-class family. But growing up in his childhood, he had trouble from his abusive father. He killed at least 33 young men and boys between 1972 and 1978, giving him the name the Killer Clown due to his public persona. Thank you. As a clown at children's parties. Handwriting here, everyone. Sorry. And then I was seeing previews of this. Hulu was getting serious. They said he had 4 personalities: a businessman, a politician, the clown, and then himself. So he
Was
had
that
4 different types.
was that in the? Where'd you hear that at?
Hulu or Peacock is doing a show or something.
I want to see that show.
You were mentioning something about that to me the other day. Sorry, I just saw a preview for it last night. That's why.
It comes out tomorrow on Peacock.
Peacock. There you go.
Do you imagine just a serial killer dressed as a clown, works as a clown for children parties?
Someone that kids kind of trust.
Yep.
And then
Well, unless you're like me and I can't stand clowns, they scare the hell out of me. Period.
Oh, that too.
and he is what was his Pogo? Pogo the clown? Bozo, not Bozo. Pogo.
Oh God. I don't think it was.
It wasn't Bozo. He had
Yeah,
access to a lot of kids too.
Sorry, Bozo was. Nah, Pogo.
Yeah, it wasn't in the notes. So whatever you had.
Pogo the clown. And I think he had a house in Waterloo, Iowa, I think. He had some involvement with Waterloo. I think his house was in Waterloo. And they said and I don't know if this was true, but buried the bodies underneath the house. I think it's true.
It was a shed, I thought.
Yes. There was a shed. There was a shed.
It was a shed? I thought he
Yeah.
buried them under the house in the basement.
Shed. I don't think that, but there were some under the house. Yes.
Now, my question is that house still around, or has that been demolished? And
Probably demolished and undid the bodies.
Google's checking.
Google.
Thanks, Google, for the help.
Google.
By the way,
It was demolished in 1971 and a new house.
Demolished.
86.
Demolished in 1971. They built a new house there in 1986.
Demolished in
Oh,
79.
demolished in 79 and 1986. They built a new house there.
Oh. They built a new house there?
Yeah.
all that energy. Wow.
So that energy of those victims
That's
and whatever he did is probably still
I
there.
fully believe that because you want to talk about the house at Zach
It says,
Bagans.
Hey, Jody,
Yeah.
its dark history has continued to affect the value when the house was listed in 2019. It was listed in 2019, initially
We have a fourth guest, everybody.
59. Less 2 years later.
159,000.
459.
It was going for $459,000.
Sold for 20%.
Sold for 20% less than that
2 years.
2 years later. So the dark history kind of persisted. But like you talk about like the energy still being there. So like Zach Bagans, what tore down the Demon House, right?
Gary, Indiana.
Yeah, in Gary, India. What did they think tearing that house down was going to do?
It's funny.
That energy to me, it still has to go somewhere. It's not just going to dissipate because you tore a house down.
Me and my dad were just talking about this earlier.
I fully believe that if
connected to objects
it's either going to be still connected to that land, and if you build something else there, good luck, or you've got houses right there.
Well, I don't know. Chris, were you walking with me when we were with when we stopped by Jason McGray's table at the
I
expo?
was just gonna bring that up. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was just saying I was gonna just bring it.
Yeah, Jason McGray. He when he was traveling down here, he stopped in Gary, Indiana, and he said they almost. I think if I remember right, he said they almost missed it because, like, he said like they were in They were driving through a nice town, nice neighborhood, and then all of a sudden you get to Gary and it's like ghost
Bulletproof
town.
Vest.
You what?
Bulletproof Vest Town.
Bulletproof Vest town.
That was kind of sketchy.
And like ghost town, and excuse me, and they almost missed the house because the house, the ground is all overgrown and with weeds, grass, all that. And but like I think even if you rebuild a house and from a place that had, if it has spirits, they could still reside there because they might be residual or they're,
Well, I mean, either way, you're looking at
either.
something. I just don't think tearing down a house because it's haunted eliminates whatever's going on that land, per se.
And maybe there was like legal stuff or something too involved with that. I don't know. But with Gacy's haunted objects that are claimed are the self-portrait that he painted while he was in the death row. It depicted himself as his alter ego clown. And I believe that's in the museum of Zach's. The painting, when someone bought the painting in 2001, tragic events happened. Like the guy who bought the painting, his dog died, and then his mother had a cancer diagnosis. And to get rid of the painting, the guy that bought it, he gave it to a friend to store it, and the friend's neighbor was killed shortly after, I believe. And yeah, it's located in, and his outfit, his clown outfit, and I think many more drawings and paintings. And then so the next one is Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy, and this was kind of like a add-on last minute, but Ted Bundy was born in November 24th of 1946 in Burlington, Vermont. He believed his grandparents were his parents, and his mother was his sister. That'd be weird. And then he was bullied. He excelled academically and attended the University of Washington. He studied psychology. Man, is a serial killer studying that? He confessed of 30 murders, but suspected of more. He terrorized the nation with his charm and manipulation in the 1970s. Now, I mean, to me, I don't really know too much of him, just of what I looked up. But what's your guys'? Probably one of those. So his reported objects are his glasses, the courtroom desk he carved his name into, Car parts from his car reported dark energy, and the electric chair in Florida where he got electrocuted, and reports of him still sitting in it. Wow, did we really go through all 5 already?
We did.
I was gonna add Lizzie Borden on here, but I just I didn't know, of how many to put on here. But what's your guys' what's your guys' final thoughts on serial killers and their supposedly reported haunted objects?
Advocacy for mental health awareness.
Yeah. It's crazy, like these serial killers had normal jobs, could be the smartest people.
Yeah. Makes you wonder, that whole nurture versus nature thing. I mean,
The whole what?
nature versus nurture.
Oh.
Were they predisposed to just be that way and do those things? Or was it because of their upbringing? I mean, because that people have really crappy upbringings, they turn out fine. But I don't know how much I hold in the haunted. The haunted objects themselves, I mean, I still think the same thing, that energy has to go somewhere. It just doesn't disappear. But then some of those things you're like, okay, Bundy's car parts. How do we know these were actually his car parts?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the trail to follow to say, yeah, these were definitely his? Versus Gacy's self-portraits. I'm sure those are easier traces. Yes, these really were his, and something like car parts. But
what about you, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, just a whole mental health thing, Maybe they had someone to ask for help. They could not have done what they did. And then, like Jody said, they were just average day people. You just never know.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page too. And then that Jack Kevorkian thing, he was just I don't know.
that one's such a fine line.
Line.
You got Bundy and Manson and Gacy. Those are all clear cut. And then you got Kevorkian, which just seems like such a fine line. Depends on where your beliefs fall, I think. Some people just don't believe in suicide. They believe if you commit suicide, you're going to hell regardless. I'm not saying everybody believes that, but I think it really just depends on where your beliefs are on that one, and rather you feel it's do we know all these people really wanted to be, help? Were all his victims because they wanted help, or were some of those just, let's see how far we can get away with?
And reading on these, just for this, each one, it was either on their background, they were bullied, they were abused, they were, I mean, I guess, could happen to anybody, but it's too bad. And I just thought about even Ed Gein's upholstered lampshades, the human wearable female torso, the face masks. I mean, those are all human skin, human flesh. And those, I mean, I'm sure those have to be, not saying they are, but have some sort of attachment to those people that were killed. I mean, gosh. And I can't believe, who would do that? You have to be really insane. Heck, I got a witch down the street. Anyway,
Okay.
but anyway,
Happy Halloween.
happy Halloween. Chris, you want to go into possibly what to expect next week? Possibly, who knows? We still gotta.
We might get into talking about Get Haunted Midwest next week, and then the week after we're going to have a live and podcast about the origins of Halloween. So
That's gonna be a cool.
history and facts, and maybe what other countries celebrate, that kind of stuff.
I know you said you were gonna take the lead on the Halloween one, so I'm kind of interested in what you come up with.
Yes.
Are we doing that one on Halloween or still the Wednesday before?
It's gonna be that Wednesday before.
Yeah, Wednesday. But so everybody there, stay tuned. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Where you can find, actually, make sure to check out, get your tickets for November 1st. Get Haunted Midwest Season 0. November 1st, you can do a public investigation at the Rock Island Roadhouse. And you can find those tickets at extremeticketing.com. That's extreme with an X. So come, we'll be there. Me and Chris. But so check that out. Check out Get Haunted and their whole crew. They're very awesome. But as for that, where you can follow CNR Paranormal is Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. All you need to do is search C the and sign R Paranormal. And as for that, thank you guys for watching and listening, because this will be recorded. Thank you for watching and listening. And you guys have a good one. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
Bye.
We believe that the journey doesn't just stop. It only begins. And that's with you, the community, as we take you along on our journey through the unknown. Without you, there wouldn't be us. So as for that, thank you so much for watching and listening, and stay tuned for more